If you see a janitor cleaning the school after midnight, run. Not all the dirt he cleans is on the floor. For 3 entire weeks, security cameras captured the same figure slowly walking through the hallways of an old school, always after 2 in the morning. He cleaned, organized, whistled, and vanished without a trace. When the administration investigated who that night worker was, a chilling answer pierced everyone's heart. That person doesn't work here, never has. So then, who was? Taking care of the school while everyone slept? Imagine yourself now walking down a dark hallway, the sound of wheels rolling in the distance, a faint whistle, the strong smell of disinfectant. You're alone, or you think you are. This is a story that crosses the borders of sanity, a story far too real to be just a legend. Get ready to discover who was the janitor who wasn't on the payroll. It all started on an ordinary night. The principal of Whitmore Hills High School, a remote institution, outside the city, was reviewing footage from the cameras to identify vandals who had been trashing the bathrooms. Instead of students, he saw something very different. A tall man, dressed in a dirty gray jumpsuit, pushing a cleaning cart with slow, methodical movements. He wore gloves, a mask, and seemed completely unaware of the camera's presence. It was as if he existed in a different reality. Mr. Matheson paused the video, rewound, advanced frame by frame, and he noticed that when the man looked directly into the lens, his face appeared blurry, faded as if time itself had eroded the image. The administrative supervisor confirmed there were no additional staff hired. All janitors clocked out by 6 p.m. So, who was that man? The following week, reports began to emerge. Teachers who stayed late said they heard cleaning noises, doors opening, objects moving. The history teacher swore she saw the man pushing the cart through the east wing. When she called out to him, he simply vanished. And then there were the smells. Strong cleaning products lingering in the morning in rooms that had been left completely disorganized. Desks aligned with near ritualistic precision. Melancholic whistles recorded by sound sensors in the dead of night. It was in this unsettling atmosphere that the librarian, Mrs. June, an employee with over 40 years at the school, decided to speak up. She revealed that in the 1960s, a fire had devastated part of the school. A janitor named Harold Collins had died trying to save students. He locked the doors to prevent the fire from spreading, but ended up trapped in his own maze of flames. His body was never fully recovered. Only a piece of his jumpsuit and a ring with his initials remained. His name had been forgotten. Until now. When they searched the old archives, they found a photo. Harold had the same physical build as the man in the footage, the same uniform, the same posture. And then the nightmares began. Staff members reported waking in the middle of the night to the sound of a mop being wrung out. Others swore they saw wet footprints leading up to the locked doors of the old wing. They decided to bring in a medium, Evelyn Monroe, a woman with a calm voice, deep eyes, used to walking between worlds. When she entered the wing where Harold died, she stopped abruptly. He's here, but he doesn't know he's dead. During a session, she fell into a trance. Her voice changed, became deep. With a face contorted by frustration, she said, "I can't leave. I'm not done yet. There's dirt everywhere. They need to be safe. I promised." It was as if Harold's mind had frozen in time, trapped in the belief that his work wasn't finished. Cleaning, night after night, in an endless act of penance. The administration tried to honor him. They placed a plaque with his name, held a ceremony, but nothing changed. The whistle continued. The cart kept rolling. One night, a student who stayed after class reported seeing the man in the bathroom mirror. When she turned around, there was nothing there, only a message written in steam on the glass. Cleaning is silence. The community was in panic. Some wanted the school closed. Others claimed it was all made up. But the records were there, and for those who truly looked, the fear was in the details. As a last resort, Evelyn suggested a release ritual. Salt was scattered through the hallways. Incense burned. Students wrote letters thanking Harold for his sacrifice. During the ceremony, the lights flickered. The air filled with the scent of ancient smoke. Cameras captured the janitor's figure one final time. He walked slowly, pushing his cart. He stopped in front of the plaque bearing his name. For the first time, he raised his face clearly. Deep burns, sorrowful eyes, and an expression of peace. And then, he vanished, dissolved into the air like dust glowing in the moonlight. That night, everything fell silent, the heavy silence of a soul that had finally found rest. But had it really? Days later, a neighboring school reported a strange occurrence. Rooms cleaned too perfectly, whistling echoing in the early hours. Staff members seeing footprints appear on wet floors, with no one there. A teacher even found an old protective mask hanging on his door. When he touched it, his skin burned. On the wall of the old east wing of the original school, a new message appeared, this time etched in soot. Cleaning is not erasing, it's remembering without dirt. Do you still think this is just a story? Comment below, do you believe a spirit can keep working after death? Have you ever seen or felt anything like this at your school? And before you sleep tonight, take a good look around. Are you sure you're alone? Subscribe to the channel. Here, the stories never end where you think they do.